welcome into the Erie Tiger Network as we have state softball live from Aurora Sports Park here for you in the first round of the 4A championship. Brandon Bird, Grayson Blaylock here with you. Well, Grayson, Erie comes in as the 14th seed. They'll take on the 3 seed Pueblo South, but as we've already seen today in 5A, the #1 team got knocked off by the 16 seed. There's been close games seemingly all throughout 4A. We looked at the tournament. We've said this before. 4A this year, wide open.
4A is wide open. And Pueblo South, though, an excellent team down from the South Central League. They didn't get the South Central League championship as they fell to Pueblo County. Pueblo County, though, just lost to Roosevelt 9-1. The Tigers have also dropped 2 games to the upstart Rough Riders this year.
All right, we are moments. It was quite the delay here on field number, I don't even remember what we're on, number 1. As, well, of course the game before Erie's, the only game probably being broadcasted live, went into extra innings, 2 extra innings. In fact, it was the bottom of the 9th, and Golden finally walked off Evergreen 4-3, so that was a delay. There was a frost delay this morning, and then to top it off right before this game, there was an umpire delay on this field, and so we are finally here at 1:08 p.m. ready to throw our first pitch. So we're a little behind today, to say the least. And leading things off will be Emma Osborne, the .439 hitter here for the Tigers from the left side, and we saw Emma have a pretty good weekend last weekend in regionals.
We certainly did. She had a big leadoff double in the final inning of the final game against Ponderosa. She was the tying run in that one that Erie walked off.
So 1 pitch, 1 foul ball, and fence line of 200 feet, shortened out in the outfield, and pound the strike zone. And the Tigers will have their hands full with maybe the best pitcher they have seen all season, as that one is upstairs to Kat Sackett. But has Abram seen a lineup like Erie's all season? That's maybe a huge question for Pueblo South.
I'm going to say that she hasn't. We just saw Pueblo County. That's the team that's beat them twice, as Kat Sackett fouls that one off. And almost to another field here at Aurora Sports Park. But the Pueblo teams, and in that South Central League, more of a pitching league. Several of the Colts games low scoring, and Abram only a freshman.
Pueblo South has been to Erie, though, this year, as this one is just chopped up the middle, picked up by the shortstop onto second. They'll cut down the lead runner, and so Sackett will get to first on a fielder's choice. And no, I didn't see what happened out there, Grayson, did you? But Osborne is safe on second.
The shortstop mishandled the ball, couldn't flip it over. Osborne beat the flip, and they've got 2 runners that are safe for Jen Williams.
Well, there you go. So good start there. I was going to say Pueblo South was at the Erie tournament, which they went 3-0, beating Farland, Oklahoma 2-0. They beat Evergreen, who we just saw 10-9, and that's probably one of the better teams they've seen this year is that Evergreen team, along with Pueblo County, a team that's here. That's one of their 2 losses. In fact, they lost to them both times. And so when challenged, they've not been quite as dominant. They snuck by Coronado 7-6. That's a hot shot past the third baseman. Osborne rounding the bag at third, and the Tigers are on top 1-0 here to lead off this game. Great start for Erie.
3 straight hits for the Tigers. That one, a grounder, bounced right between the diving third baseman and the diving shortstop. And Osborne scores easily.
So the Tigers, a great start. No outs, 2 on still. As Lauren Russell comes to the plate, Lauren batting .436 on the year with 7 bombs. And man, she has really come on of late for the Tigers.
She most certainly has.
And she will pelt this one back up the middle. Around third is Sackett. She will score, and the Tigers lead it 2-0 here in the top of the first. And you couldn't draw up a better start here for Erie.
It took a while to get started, but Erie's offense starts off on fire. Not especially hard hit balls, but placed well, but got through the infield. Some good base running has given Erie a 2-0 lead.
And now Maddie Vaughn will come to the plate, and we know the damage she can do with 2 on. The pitch is just, in there for a strike. I was going to say, I don't know where that missed. Just a little bit of a deliberate strike call for the umpire. So we'll have to get used to that. Abram looking in again here to Vaughn. The 0-1 pitch is high and wide for a ball 1-1. So Russell on first right now. Williams on second. Nobody out here for the Tigers in the top half of the first. Delivery is swung on inside out, pitch fouled into the screen for Vaughn. And the count will run to 1-2. Maddie Vaughn started off red hot, has cooled off a little bit. Seems like she's starting to pick it back up. A .450 hitter with 11 home runs, but 10 of those were in the first half of the season, as it looked like she might go on an unprecedented tear. She has since cooled off a little, but you could start to see it last weekend.
10 of those home runs, in fact, in the first 10 games of Erie's season. When someone tweeted about it, we might have mentioned it on a broadcast.
This one is rocketed to third on the bag, cross the diamond, double play, and that will be 2 outs.
And an important 2 outs for Pueblo South. Abram hasn't thrown especially hard, but she's had good movement on most of her pitches so far. The Erie batters seeing it well. Every single batter has put a ball in play.
Now Paige Gilbert at the plate for the Tigers. She hit her first home run of the year in the regional round. This one chopped foul. By the way, we've gotten a couple of comments that our stream is a little blurry. We are totally running off of our own network, which is running a hair slow. So it is just what it is. That's all I'll say about that. Good pickup at third, but the throw goes wayward. Coming around third is Russell, and she will score. So the Tigers up 3-0 off the air by the third baseman.
And that was the first really hard hit ball we've seen. A third baseman, it ate her up. She threw way wide, and Paige Gilbert is standing on second after a 2-base error. It's possible that she could have beaten out the throw, but hard to tell from the angle that we're watching from.
So that'll bring Hernandez to the plate. Hernandez, only a freshman, .338 hitter, 1 bomb on the air. Seems like everyone on this Tiger roster has at least the capability to go long. She'll chop that one to second. That will do it in the inning, but the Tigers, they score 3. We'll head to the bottom half of the third here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Better smile, have a broken bracket, or are you a teenager in need of some braces? Then make your way down to Caraway Orthodontics. They are located in Louisville and Erie. Caraway Orthodontics supports Erie High School and its community. Come in and gain a beautiful smile for children, teens, and adults. They also provide Invisalign. Call this number 303-828-0454 or go to carawayortho.com.
And welcome back in here, Erie Tiger Network. Brandon Bird, Grayson Blaylock here with you. Is Megan Loveland, the starting pitcher here for the Erie Tigers. And, well, Erie has already jumped off to a 3-0 lead. Now you got an experienced pitcher coming to the mound, Megan Loveland. A 3.24 earned run average this year in 23 appearances, 14-6 overall record. She has 1 save on the books as well, does Megan. And Megan pitched pretty strong in last week's regionals out in Arvada, and so hoping for a big start from Megan, the senior, here today. As we kind of just glance around the diamond real quick, of course, Kat Sackett starting behind the plate for the Tigers. It'll be Kaylee Armstrong. She will play first today. We saw a little bit of shuffling last week amongst the defense, kind of some new positions. We saw Maddie Vaughn get moved into short position. She hadn't played a ton this year, and it looks like she's at short for today as well. Jen Williams down there at third. Yeah, who am I missing out there at second, Grayson?
Jay Hernandez.
I'm being blocked by a metal pole and the umpire right now, so I'm having a heck of a time kind of seeing what's going on. Levette will start out in left field for the Tigers. Osborne will start in center. You said it, Hernandez out at second. And in right, I believe,
is Paige Gilbert.
There's Paige Gilbert, there you go. Don't know why I was missing Paige there on my, there we go. Paige is starting out in right, and there's the first pitch. It is taken for a strike. So Loveland, good first pitch there to a freshman leadoff hitter for Pueblo South, Marissa Keck.
This South team very young, several freshmen in the starting lineup. We mentioned Abram, the pitcher, a freshman. Keck, their leadoff hitter, who just fouled one straight back into the screen. Also a freshman. Some other freshmen scattered throughout their varsity roster.
Loveland looking in, will wheel and fire, and Keck will rip one but foul.
That one looked good off the bat, but just kept tailing to the left. We have a slight breeze here in Aurora today.
No home runs, by the way, on the season for Keck. So often we see that leadoff batter, a lefty, Keck a righty here. So we said 359, pretty solid campaign for this freshman, Colt. Pueblo South, I remember when I was in high school, always good at, it seemed like, every sport. And here they are, the 3 seed this year. That one is fouled back straight into the screen. So Loveland battling here, good start. Good battle at this first at-bat between Loveland and Keck. 1-2 the count. Loveland will step on the rubber, wheels, fires, and gets a soft pop-up, and Sackett couldn't quite get to it. And yeah, our camera has to be stationary here. We're a little limited today in terms of resources, but I don't know if you can quite tell on your stream. Rocking the cornrows, and she is definitely not the only one to do that. We saw the softball team for the Walk of Champions today, and several girls rocking the cornrows, and they said they did it for state here. So hoping the cornrows bring some good luck, as that one just underneath the knees. Good frame job by Sackett, but couldn't quite pull it into the zone to get the call.
The cornrows maybe for the cornfields of Erie.
Okay, I don't know how many cornfields there are, but
maybe to the north a little bit.
This one a soft liner and put away for the first out. So 1 away and a good start for Loveland and the Tigers. Jen Williams able to squeeze that one down at third.
A long first at bat for Loveland, but she gets through it well.
And the first pitch is in there for Loveland. Here to Jada Pagels, a junior. Jada, 337 hitter, and that one is framed up on the corner nicely. Only 366 hitting as a team. 414 is what Erie batted as a team this season, so Erie, a pretty solid lineup. As that one has fouled back into the screen. And like we said, I'm not sure how many times that Pueblo South has seen a lineup like Erie. And Erie they play in a tough league and a tough part of the state, so they have certainly been through the gauntlet. That always bodes well this time of year. And a swing and a miss for strike 3, so great start for the Tigers. 2 up, 2 down.
And you mentioned Erie playing in that tough league, the Tri-Valley we've mentioned before with football. 2 years ago when they made their run to the state championship game, they had 2 losses to Meade and Roosevelt. Those losses allowed them to find what they were doing wrong, correct it. That's how they made their run. We'll see if softball does the same thing this weekend.
Now Bella Archuleta, the batter here for Pueblo South. Loveland, good start so far. Really peppering that strike zone as she gets another one there. Archuleta out of the 3-hole, batting .506 with 3 bombs on the air. 13 total bombs by this Pueblo South team. A little bit interesting. Softball, you tend to see power hitters a little more front-loaded in the lineup than in the heart, but power kind of shifted toward the middle of the lineup like a baseball lineup for Pueblo South. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and the Tigers go 1, 2, 3. They lead it 3-0. We'll head to the top of the second here on the Erie Tiger Network.
You have a plan in place for your family's future in the event something happens to you. Are you caring for aging parents, grandparents, or a loved one with special needs? The Germany law firm named 2017 Erie's Chamber Business of the Year provides expert legal guidance and peace of mind for you and your family in the areas of probate, elder law, and estate planning. Visit Germany Law Firm's Erie Village office or website at coelderlaw.net to set up a personalized consultation.
And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Brandon Bird here with you. And Grayson Blaylock as well, out at Aurora Sports Park. And man, well, there was a frost delay this morning, but you wouldn't know because right now it is perfect outside. As Kaylee Armstrong will take to the plate here. And Armstrong will take the first pitch low and inside. And Kaylee, like the rest of this Tiger lineup, good year, 3 bombs, a .333 hitter, and it just seems like every player that comes to the plate can get a hit at least a third of the time, as that one is tagged to third. Tough backhand. It's going to be safe, and you know what? That was a tough play. We're going to give, at least in our scorebook, Kaylee Armstrong a single. I think Grayson would agree with that one.
I would. Armstrong hit it sharply to third. Knocked down but not fielded. And would have had a shot to beat out the throw if there was one.
And a bunt laid down by Lovette, and she is just out by an eyelash, but does move the runner over. And just like that, we're already back to the top of the order, Grayson. Always love that.
The more times the hitters at the top of the order hit, the better for Erie. Because that means more hits, more runs.
Pitch to Osborne is swung on and missed. might have been the first swing and miss by an Erie hitter today. They have seen the ball well and made some good contact. This one is popped straight up behind the plate, and oh, not going to be able to get to that one as the Pueblo South catcher. That is Haley Herrera.
We saw a similar play in the Golden Evergreen game. The Evergreen catcher with a chance to make a catch, but it was hit so high that the wind blew it a little bit, and it fell foul.
So Osborne still alive here. Can Erie make the mistake pay? And she will take a look at strike 3. That'll bring up Kat Sackett, who reached on an error and scored in her last at-bat. The umpire call so deliberate, they can hear it. I was wondering what the heck Osborne was doing, and then finally the strike signal was made. So we might be confused a couple times here on the broadcast, Grayson. The fans might as well.
That is possible. We've definitely been confused at least once or twice so far. We're only in the top of the second.
Sackett, the big lefty, will take on the outside. And right now, Pueblo South pitching to Kat Sackett. That's always dangerous. And maybe it's the hubris of the team that only has 2 losses and hasn't seen Kat Sackett, but you leave a meaty one up there, she might reach the parking lot. At least that's what Grayson said before the game.
The fence, the baseball fence is 325 as that one's
frozen rope to right, coming around third, and easily in is Russell. And the Tigers lead by 1. It's Armstrong, beg your pardon. You knew I was going to do it at least once.
It wouldn't be a softball broadcast this year without it.
At least this time I was ready to immediately correct. So an RBI single for Kat Sackett. We're still in the second inning here. Now Jen Williams will come to the plate. Starting third baseman today for the Tigers. Jen had an RBI single last inning. So great start here for Erie, already up 4-0. We looked at Erie's draw and we said, you know what? This team, we could definitely see them on day 2. And that's not to take away from Pueblo South or potentially meet in Devlin. It's just we've seen enough this year to know that any team has a chance. And you're just lucky you haven't drawn Holy Family, who's kind of been a arch nemesis, or even Roosevelt, who's gotten the better of Erie this year. It's teams that feel like Erie could handle.
Holy Family right now up 18-0 after 2 innings.
This one tagged hard to second. A diving stop made nice, but they're not going to get the play in time, so an infield single. It was a great play out there at second, but Williams is on with a 1-out single, and the Tigers in business again. And now Lauren Russell will come to the plate. Russell down there for Erie, chatting with Vanessa Smith as there is a discussion in the pitcher circle right now. As Pueblo South, they just have not been tested too many times this year. A lot of big convincing wins. And all of a sudden, when you're behind 4-0 early, that can shake a team that's used to winning a little bit. So Erie has done the job they've needed to do.
You mentioned Evergreen being one of the best teams Pueblo South has played, if not the best team that the Colts have seen. Pueblo County, also a good team, but just fell to Roosevelt.
Pueblo County has 2 wins over this Pueblo South team. So that's what I mean. The The teams of the South, I don't think quite have the total competition that we see up in the northern part of the state. Well, that's always interesting with the league dynamics. Swing, chopped, foul. Lauren Russell singled to center for an RBI. Her last at bat, and a chance to have her second RBI here today. Pitch will get through the wickets there, and it was a walk anyways. Oh, no, they will say, I actually don't know what they're saying. Grayson's taking the headset off, see if he can hear the explanation. As Coach Smith coming in, she wants an explanation. And I'm not sure. Grayson, were you able to hear anything there?
I was not. Coach Smith asked what the call was. I could not hear the umpire's response.
Lauren Russell still the batter, though. We could hear Lauren Russell's family saying she doesn't want to walk, she wants a hit, because the Pueblo South coach was arguing that Russell stuck out her leg to get intentionally hit. I don't know, wild sequence here. Pitch is swung on and fouled back into the stands, and Erie parents will have to make the play. Erie, the first base dugout. They are the away team here for this one, being the worst seed. Now full count here to Lauren Russell. Abram delivers. Outside for a walk. And now the bases are full for Maddie Vaughn, who seeking a little bit of revenge here after she grounded into a double play her last at bat. So bases full of Tigers. Big moment in this game for the Colts. Can they keep this one tight? Erie wants to take the top off of this, and Vaughn will take for strike one. And already, Grayson, at least to me, this Tiger lineup seems a little more patient than they've been maybe toward the latter portion of the season. Delivery into Vaughn is taken.
They have seemed more patient. I know that's something the coaches were emphasizing in that last game against Ponderosa. The pitcher wasn't throwing a ton of strikes. They said, hey, take a pitch or two, work the count, wait for your pitch.
Abram wheels, fires, swing and a miss for Vaughn, and Vaughn will strike out. So that will end the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the third or second here. Tigers lead it 4-0 here on the ETN.
Are you looking to buy or sell a new home? Jen McGurk, an experienced real estate agent serving Erie, Vista Ridge, and the surrounding Denver area. For years, Jen has assisted all types of buyers and sellers with their real estate needs. Give Jen a call today at 303-949-3331 or check out Jen Realty online at jenrealty.com.
Welcome back in Erie Tiger Network on a sun-soaked afternoon here in Aurora Sports Park. Tigers a 4-0 lead, but chance for Pueblo South here in the bottom half of the second, but a great job by Loveland in the top half. 1-2-3 when Pueblo South with a couple strikeouts for Megan, and for this Colt team. Leading off things here in the inning will be Abby Lucas. And Abby Lucas, as we said, one of the two. I mean, really, you have only 3 Pueblo South players with multi-home runs this season. So more of, I'd say, a small ball team, at least from the stats. Loveland will deliver to Lucas, and that one is taken outside for a ball.
And I believe you just mentioned Loveland had 2 strikeouts in the first inning. That's something Erie fans have to be really excited about while watching her pitch. Loveland on the season, not a high volume of strikeouts. That's been more Alyssa Barnett, the strikeout pitcher. Loveland, ground balls and pop-outs have been her specialty. And to see 2 immediate strikeouts in the state tournament, that's a good thing.
Now Loveland, a precise pitcher, won't throw a lot of junk that will fool you. See a lot of fastball on the corner, and she delivers that one for a strike. 2-1 the count here to Abby Lucas. Loveland delivers. Swing and a miss on that was an off speed, and that almost got Abby Lucas to strike out. Outfield for the Tigers, playing straight away and fairly deep here.
Lucas almost stopped her swing to wait on that off-speed pitch.
Loveland delivers right down Broadway for a swing and a miss. Tigers will throw it down at a 3rd strikeout already for Loveland. She's got it going on right now. And that'll bring Herrera to the plate. Ailey Herrera, a .577 hitter with 4 home runs on the season. And she'll check at that one, but it is a strike. Fans, don't forget to follow us on social media, the Erie Tiger Media Facebook and Twitter. You can also find us on our new Instagram. So be sure to check that out, as that pitch is ripped but foul. And as always, subscribe to our YouTube channel so you always get notifications when we start a stream. You don't miss any action. And if you like this video, it always helps with our monetization. We just, every once in a while, get some random strangers tuning in, and that just always helps the analytic numbers. So we appreciate your support. Swing and a chopper, or well, not a chopper, a soft liner rather, right to 3rd, and so that is quickly 2 outs and 5 up, 5 down for the Colts. And Herrera chatting with the next batter here for Pueblo South, maybe trying to give her a little bit of pitch information, and that's sophomore Alex Belton. That's a great name. 266 hitter is Belton. But if you're going to play softball, Belton, that's about as good as it gets.
It's a pretty good last name. It's up there with Armstrong. And the Colts' 5 outs have come in exactly 2 ways: strikeouts and 2 soft liners to Jen Williams at 3rd, almost in the exact same place from the 1 and 5 hitters.
This one is lifted into foul ground, long run. Making the play is Lavette. Holy cow, I think that was just off your screen, but she stumbled, half dove, caught it in her glove, had a face full of dirt, and is going to the dugout to get high fives. We'll take a quick timeout. Tigers lead it as we head to the 3rd.
Do you have a plan in place for your family's future in the event something happens to you? Are you caring for aging parents, grandparents, or a loved one with special needs? The Germany law firm named 2017 Erie's Chamber Business of the Year provides expert legal guidance and peace of mind for you and your family in the areas of probate, elder law, and estate planning. Visit Germany Law Firm's Erie Village office or website at coelderlaw.net to set up a personalized consultation.
And welcome back in. We roll to the 3rd. The Tigers looking strong so far as Paige Gilbert will come to the plate. By the way, a shout out to the Tiger Times class, part of the Erie Tiger media that we were just saying you got to follow. If you want to read their stories, go online at erietigertimes.com. So I know they're watching this game in class, which is, it's good. It's what we want. As Paige Gilbert will dig in from the left side, and she will take for a ball underneath the knees. Gilbert reached on an error by the third baseman in her last at-bat.
Gilbert didn't play much in the regular season.
Goes back to third again, but this time says you can't even touch glove to that one, and starts things off with the leadoff single.
She didn't play much in the regular season, but she's started these games in regionals and state play. She's been on fire. Holy Family, by the way, their game that was scheduled to start at the same time as this Erie game is already over. They win 18-0 over Mesa Ridge.
A chopper there by Hernandez and an out called, as they'll say that she made contact with the ball outside of the box.
Coach Smith not too happy about that one. A bunt attempt gone wrong for Hernandez.
Now Kaylee Armstrong will come to the plate. Armstrong, a little soft chopper deep in the hole, and it's mishandled out there at second. And so Armstrong will reach on an error by the second baseman. And now 2 on for the Tigers.
2 on, only 1 out. Wouldn't be surprised to see Lovett bunt here.
Lovett will come to the plate. She sack bunted her first time, and she'll foul this one off. And so Lovett again here with an opportunity to shake things up. She had that phenomenal catch that ended the inning. And she'll take that one for a strike.
Almost all of Abrams' pitches have had the high-low movement. It's really the one pitch we've seen from her so far.
And that pitch outside. 1-2 the count. Good discipline by Lovett, not chasing that one. And now this one smoked up the middle. A great diving stop. They're going to double off. The Tigers almost got a triple play. And so Lovett lines into a double play. That means Hernandez is out at second, and there was already 2 outs. So they threw over to first. Everyone on the field forgot there was 1 out, even fooled us broadcasters. That'll end the threat for the Tigers. We'll head to the bottom of the 3rd here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Front Range Landfill puts all your needs in front of everything else. Front Range Landfill won Erie Chamber of Commerce Business of the Year Award, as well as being featured on national television. We are very proud of our facility, and we welcome the opportunity to address your disposal needs. Our focus is on customer service. We strive to achieve easy and rapid access in and out of the facility. We feel certain that we will exceed your expectations of your solid waste disposal requirements. Choose Front Range Landfill for all your landfill needs. You will be pleased.
Do you have a plan in place for your family's future in the event something happens to you? Are you caring for aging parents, grandparents, or a loved one with special needs? The Germany law firm named 2017 Erie's Chamber Business of the Year provides expert legal guidance and peace of mind for you and your family in the areas of probate, elder law, and estate planning. Visit Germany Law Firm's Erie Village office or website at coelderlaw.net to set up a personalized consultation.
And welcome back in, bottom of the third. It's Juliana Rendon that'll bat for the Colts here in the third, and it has been 6 up, 6 down for the Colts. Now there's 7, 8, 9 hitters up, and Megan Loveland ate her Wheaties here this morning. She's looking real strong. Delivers another solid pitch, and so far for Loveland, 3 strikeouts. This one is fouled straight back. Almost making the play was Grayson, but just touched the backstop.
I was following it through there, but this backstop higher than the Erie backstop.
This backstop could be 10 feet higher with the amount of foul balls we are seeing just flying into the crowd. It's a little scary out here today, as that one is low and inside. If you hear heads up, I don't know if you just duck and cover or pray, but you definitely got to be a little worried here, as we've seen foul ball just flying everywhere.
Maybe both.
Pitch across the letters, just a hair high, though, to Rendon.
Personally, I turn in a circle and try to find the ball, and if I can't, that's when I go into the duck and cover and pray mode. I'd rather have it hit my back than my head.
Loveland delivers this one, twists foul for Rendon.
Every foul ball that Pueblo South has hit so far today has been to that left side. They're out ahead of Loveland's breaking pitches.
Good battle here by Rendon. Sub 300 hitter, but she's grinded at this at bat, and there's strike 3 looking. And that's the 4th K of the day so far for Loveland. And our pitching expert on the E team, we've had her on a few times, Miss Gentert, says, hey, those are drop balls that she's painting for strikes on the corner. So painted one there with a drop ball. That pitch is low. Into the new Colt batter, and this is the freshman pitcher, Emily Abram, a .294 hitter, 1 home run on the season for Abram. This one a chopper to third, picked up, fired across the diamond in time. And the Tigers have just looked sharp. I think that's probably the best word to describe their play so far today. They've been sharp at the plate. They've been sharp defensively. Loveland has been sharp with her pitches. And now the 9-hole hitter, Madison Doverspike, a freshman, a .261 hitter, will come to the plate. As there is a strike there to Doverspike.
A near rhyme.
And Doverspike will swing over the top of that off-speed pitch. And now she's in an 0-2 hole. And Loveland, I mean, she looks focused with the body language, the face. Her pitches have been on point. And right now, this is a gem. Delivery high and outside. We'll see the top of the order for the Colts after this at-bat. Loveland hoping to see that in the 4th inning as Megan delivers. And that one softly hit back to Megan, and she will run it to first. And it's another 1-2-3 inning. 9 up, 9 down for the Colts. We'll head to the 4th here on the Erie Tiger Network.
card-carrying fame. Get your CU Visa debit card so you can take the game with you. Free with First National Bank's free checking.
To where your friends are. Go to where the action's at. Go find your sense of adventure. Go Airheads, Airsoft Field and Store located in Erie, Colorado. Go Airheads and go Tigers.
And welcome back in Erie Tiger Network. Great start through 3 innings. It has been almost a perfect performance for the Tigers as Emma Osborne will come back to the plate.
Here we go, 2-2. Let's start us over again, man. Let's start us over. Good hit right here, good hitter.
Osborne has singled and scored and struck out looking in her 2 at-bats here so far. And this one is tagged foul. Scoreboard hasn't changed. We might have to tell them, hey, it's top of 4th. Delivery into Emma, and that one is yanked foul.
Nice job, baby, nice
And
job.
Emma has done what you want out of that leadoff spot. She can slap it around a little bit, but 439 hitter. But how many times can you get on base? Well, 521. So she reaches first base over half the time this season. That's outstanding. And that is what helps set the table for so many of these Tiger runs to be scored. Tigers on the year have scored 296 runs. That's compared to 202 for Pueblo South, so almost 100 runs more the Tigers have scored over the course of the year. At times it's been defense that has let games get away, but they, like we said, they just look sharp today, Grayson, and they might still score more runs. So Pueblo South, they have got to find a way to turn things around in this inning.
They do, and you mentioned the Erie defense, which has been exceptional so far today. In the loss against Wheat Ridge on Saturday that sent Erie to the elimination game, which they would then walk off, there were only 3 out of 12 runs scored for the Farmers. Only 3 of them were earned, 9 unearned runs. That's been the pattern for several Erie losses, especially against teams like Roosevelt, who's here, and Windsor. Unearned runs have been an issue. No errors, though, yet today for the defense. No runs allowed for Erie.
Delivery is fouled again, and it's been a foul ball parade here for Osborne in this at-bat. So Abram will look and deliver, and that one's underneath the knees here to Osborne. 2-2, good battle going to lead off this inning. Tigers have got their leadoff batter aboard in all 3 innings.
Will that continue here?
Abram takes a deep breath, the freshman looking in, and time is called by Osborne as she steps out of the box. Outfield playing straight away here for Osborne. That one's way upstairs. Now the count full. We said one thing Abram does well is pound the strike zone. And the Tigers, I thought, you know, you see 158 Ks to 33 walks, you might be pretty aggressive. They have been really patient today so far as that one is fouled. And they have just seen the ball out of Abram's hands so well. And I think that's just helped them be patient.
It has, and it also helps that most of her pitches have a similar movement. Haven't seen a rise ball from Abram today. All of her pitches have had a drop to them. And for the most part, no fastballs either.
By the way, those loud sounds you might hear in the background, those are jets flying into the Air Force Base nearby. I don't know if they're doing some type of training, but they are flying low and right near the softball field. So our broadcast is going to be peppered with the sound of jet noise today.
Very close to Hinckley High School, the Thunderbirds.
As that one will sail wide. Aptly named. We were trying to figure out which high school is closest to here because they should be called the Jets, but there you go, that makes sense. That's why we bring Grayson along.
What's interesting is the reason I know that Hinckley High School is the closest to Aurora Sports Park is because I'm taking the ACT tomorrow morning. So if...
Ooh, this one's heading foul and will drop.
So if Erie's to make it to the games tomorrow, I wouldn't be able to make the first game regardless because of the test. But if they were to win against potentially Holy Family, then I could make it. And Hinckley High School is the closest, and it was also an ACT test site. I'm not taking the test there. I am taking it farther south than I might have.
Okay, there. Good info. Thank you. That one's inside for a ball, and so Osborne works a whale of a walk. And I believe she was down 0-2, at least 1-2 on that sequence and battled all the way back. She probably fouled off about 6 balls. And now Kat Sackett, and they have pitched to Kat so far, and that is a recipe for disaster. And she's made him pay with 1 RBI single. But this just, I'm just surprised. Even just what we've seen other teams do. Oh, a big cut, but got underneath it. She's still going to get in there for an infield single. That had so much backspin. She swung so hard and barely caught a piece, but still muscled it way further than that ball should have gone. And because of the backspin, she's on safely with an infield single.
And that's been the theme of the day for Kat Sackett. She hasn't hit anything perfectly, but she's gotten on base all 3 at bats.
So Jen Williams to the plate. She has singled twice, RBI single in the first inning. Williams looks, fouls that one straight back. A higher pitch that she chased a little bit up the ladder that time. And hey, she's seeing the ball well, couple singles, and wanted to add another one with an RBI here. Single probably scores a run with good speed in Osborne on second. She'll lay down a bunt. Pretty good one. Abram will pick it up, fire to first, and ooh, just sliding over the nick of time was Keck, the second baseman. But a sac bunt for Williams, and that moves the runners to second and third, and that'll bring Lauren Russell to the plate, who has singled and walked. And Russell wanted to fire at that one. Instead, will hold off, but it is a strike just underneath the letters. Russell also rocking maybe the longest cornrows I've ever seen. That one is ripped, but just foul. The home plate umpire had to make the call as the umpire down at third was running for his life.
Emma Osborne at third also had to get out of the way in a hurry. That could have hit her.
Good thing is she's got the helmet. Pitch into Russell. She'll hold off. No, that one, she holds off, but it paints the corner for strike 3. So 2 away here for Maddie Vaughn, and Maddie looking to get off the schneid here. Grounded into a double play and then struck out in the third. So a chance here, 2 runners in scoring position in the top of the 4th. Tigers didn't capitalize on their bases loaded opportunity last inning, and your Pueblo South, although it's been tough sledding so far, that's something to build on. Is 2 leadoff runners aboard this inning, and you could get out of it clean. They got out of a bases loaded jam last inning. So Tigers You want to strike right here while the iron is hot, as that one is wide.
And even on that pitch from Abram that finished above Maddie Vaughn's shoulders, we still saw the high-low movement, the drop ball.
Abram delivers low. And so Vaughn. And 1 and 2, they'll call that a strike. That dips just behind the electrical box that's right in front of me. So from the catcher's motion, it looked low, but I guess it clipped the strike zone. This one pulled foul, still 1 and 2 here. Vaughn trying to battle.
From my angle, and that pitch was almost right in front of me. I had a pretty good sight line. It looked at the knees. It almost looked outside as it was tailing to the outside. We haven't seen much side-to-side movement from Abram on her pitches, but that one had just a little bit.
Catcher stepping outside, and assist from the Erie parents right when the catcher set up. Oh, parent says way out, and I think that might have even helped Maddie if she heard that. 2-2.
She also has a runner on second base. I'm not sure if the runner pointed. I've seen them do that before today.
Chop just wanted to foul that one off speed pitch, and Vaughn stays alive. 2-2. Man, this just feels like maybe a pivotal moment in this game. Obviously don't know what's going to happen, but this game could really turn the tide for either team, or this at bat, rather. As Vaughn will take now 3 and 2.
I think the game will turn the tide for either team. One will move on and one won't.
Yeah, the game will. This at bat, that one's ripped, just foul. I mean, that just took a left-hand turn right at the last second, but that was absolutely smoked down the line. Just twisting foul.
If it had stayed fair, both runs would have scored easily for Vaughn. About a split second in front of that one.
I'm surprised. That one was smoked so hard, almost buried itself in the dirt. Another 3-2. This one is flared. It's in no man's land. And oh, just off the glove of the shortstop. She had to track back to get it, and 2 runs will score for the Tigers. That would have been a whale of a play over her shoulder, running, and just couldn't quite hold on out there at short was the Colt, and Vaughn will put 2 in.
And those 2 runs will score because there were 2 outs in the inning. If there aren't 2 outs, those 2 runners don't leave base. So, in a way, having those 2 outs helped Erie there, as now they have a 6-0 lead.
I gotta tell you, Grace, off the bat, I thought that was gonna drop for sure. And that was a good play to even get to it. I think a kind scorer would give that a single. Hard to tell, though, exactly how much leather she was able to get on that. Pitch into Gilbert. That's in the dirt. I believe that was Archuleta that's playing short today. Try and get confirmation for the Colts. Pitch into Gilbert. Swung on and fouled.
Hey, look what I found. Good, how you doing? Good, nice to see you.
Gilbert only a sophomore. One of the players whose name you'll hear a lot next year.
Gilbert rips that one foul, and Erie parent dropped the foul ball opportunity. Sad.
Almost had a great play.
Similar to the play we just saw at short. Had to turn, it would have been over the shoulder.
A little bit less pivotal, though.
Yes.
Well, not a little bit, a lot bit.
1-2 the count here to Gilbert. She's reached on an error and a single so far in this game. Pitch to Gilbert, way upstairs. There goes Vaughn, the runner. The throw to second is high, and did Vaughn slide under the tag? She did.
Vaughn had a late jump on that one, but the pitch was so high the catcher was standing up already. The throw, though, high and to the right side.
2-2 to Gilbert. This one smoked back up the middle. That's going to roll to the wall. Around third will score Vaughn. Into second is Gilbert, and she's thrown out. The run does score on an RBI single, and the Tigers lead it 7-0. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Better smile, have a broken bracket, or are you a teenager in need of some braces? Then make your way down to Caraway Orthodontics. They are located in Louisville and Erie. Caraway Orthodontics supports Erie High School and its community. Come in and gain a beautiful smile for children, teens, and adults. They also provide Invisalign. Call this number 303-828-0454 or go to carawayortho.com.
And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. A 7-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the fourth, and just one time through the lineup for Megan Loveland, if you catch my drift. Grayson Blaylock said, don't say it, so I won't, but try to infer it if you know what I'm talking about. And so Marissa Keck, she flew out to third her last time up. By the way, Grayson just went to check, and the following game, should Erie move on, would be at the field behind us. So we are going to have to move. That means no real post game. We're going to have to get up and move as quickly as we can to set up and get on time for the next game. This one a roller to Vaughn at short, across the diamond in time for out number one. And a 6-3 on the put out. And that'll bring up Pagels. Pagels struck out her last time. The two-hole hitter. That one is skied. Running out of real estate is Armstrong, and she will run right into the fence. Good hustle.
That one hits off the top of the Erie dugout.
Now what a huge moment last game in that Vaughn at bat. Just a little blooper that was able to fall. Pitch into Pagels, drops into the dirt for a ball. We said Pagels struck out last time. The first time through the lineup. 4 strikeouts for Loveland. Now Megan staring in, delivers just above the letters for a ball. Not a cloud in the sky down here in what has turned to a rather hot afternoon. Tigers wearing all black, same as Pueblo South. Chopper to third, picked up, fired across the diamond in time again. That time it was Jen Williams on the 5-3 put out, and the Tigers defense has been razor sharp here today.
They've been stellar, especially the infield, and that's where several of the errors from them that we've seen have been. The reshuffling has helped. A lot of balls have been hit to the left side, I don't know that we've really seen anything from Pueblo South hit to the right side. They've been pulling almost everything from Loveland, and the left side.
This one lifted to deep left center and just over the wall. Osborne reached back, almost had it in her glove, and a home run will break up the perfect game for Megan Loveland.
That one maybe even helped a little bit by the wind as Osborne took a tumble over the temporary fence in center field and only made it out by a few feet.
Man, Loveland almost had a world-class, or excuse me, Osborne almost had a world-class play out there in center. And Loveland, who was clean, perfect through the first 3 2/3, finally gives up her first base runner, and of course it's a home run. So 7-1 the score now, as that one is in there. Nope, just missed for a strike to Abby Lucas. Only the 4th homer of the year for Archuleta. As that one is in there for a strike. They haven't put the home run on the scoreboard yet, but that one finally breaks through there for Pueblo South. This one hit sharply over Vaughn's head. That's going to go out into center, and so back-to-back hits. For the Colts.
Okay. There's no one up there.
Now Haley Herrera will come to the plate, and she will absolutely bomb one. So 2 home runs given up. That one's a 2-run bomb, and Pueblo South crawling back into this one.
3 straight hits for the Colts. 2 of them have left the field.
That one, though, different than the first one. That one up there where the jets have been flying around. An absolute rocket. Now Alex Belton will come to the plate. You have 4 straight hitters here for Pueblo South that are sub 300 hitters, so really you just got to settle down. And our own McKenna Buckskin assisting the umpire, giving him a pin. She gave that one up too easy, I think.
She has more.
McKenna always prepared. So Belton will step in. Now a 7-3 lead for Erie. There is no scoreboard operator right now. That's why it hasn't changed on the field. Of course, we have it here on our broadcast. But I think that's making Pueblo South fans a little antsy.
Maybe just a bit.
Still 2 down. This one is hit pretty well to center, but Osborne coming in makes the good play. So 3-run score here for the Colts. We'll head to the 5th here on the ETN.
Are you looking to buy or sell a new home? Jen McGurk, an experienced real estate agent serving Erie, Vista Ridge, and the surrounding Denver area. For years, Jen has assisted all types of buyers and sellers with their real estate needs. Give Jen a call today at 303-949-3331 or check out Jen Realty online at jenrealty.com.
You have a plan in place for your family's future in the event something happens to you. Are you caring for aging parents, grandparents, or a loved one with special needs? The Germany law firm named 2017 Erie's Chamber Business of the Year provides expert legal guidance and peace of mind for you and your family in the areas of probate, elder law, and estate planning. Visit Germany Law Firm's Erie Village office or website at coelderlaw.net to set up a personalized consultation.
And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Brandberg, Grayson Blaylock here. And fans, a new feature, you could send your well wishes to the Erie softball team if you access the super chat. Of course, you can just chat, but if you'd like to help support the Erie Tiger Network, there's that little $sign in the chat. It's kind of a $S hybrid that 3 runs for Pueblo South, 7-3. It should be the 5th. So top of the 5th here. As Chase McBride, the athletics superintendent here in the district, is jumping on the scoreboard and was asking us what the score was. It's now the top of the 5th inning here for Hernandez. Anyways, I was going to say you can help support the Erie Tiger Network. It is $300 a game to broadcast here at State Softball, and we would love your help with that, as that one is fouled out of play. And you can do that by supporting us in the super chat. Most of the time it's custom. Sometimes YouTube gets finicky and says you can only do $1.99 or whatever, but most of the time you can do whatever amount you desire, and we would really appreciate it if you were able to help us out. So Hernandez takes that one outside. Abram looking in. The freshman delivers this one, chopped to short. Good speed from Hernandez, but a solid play that time by Archuleta, and Hernandez goes 6-3 on the put out. And one down here in the inning. That'll bring Kaylee Armstrong to the plate. Kaylee has singled and reached on an error by the second baseman. 1 for 2 so far in this contest. And that one is high and wide to Armstrong. Armstrong staying patient here. I'd imagine this Pueblo South team will continue to be a force in the tournament with Abram pitching for the next few years, as that one is hit sharply down the third base line, and a single there for Armstrong. So she's got a couple singles. That'll bring Lovett to the plate. And Lovett is 0 for 1. She lined into a double play to end the inning in the third, and also was out on a sac bunt to move the runners over. So Lovett, who has had an outstanding catch to end the second inning, will step in here, and Lovett will bunt that one foul.
The first and third baseman for the Colts playing about halfway to the plate as soon as the pitch is thrown.
And the first baseman's smart. She's got the face mask. A little more of a risk out there at third for the Colts. As I'm always terrified, Abby Lucas charging hard. You pull that back and smack it, that is going to do some damage. You have no reaction time that close. 0-2 the count here to Lovett, so we'll see her swing away. And she will hold that one up, and oh, the umpire looked like he was going to pull the trigger and then didn't. Getting some jeers from some Colt fans. As that one is fouled back. By the way, thank you to Michelle Mendoza. We just saw a $25 donation run across. So that helps out, that chips away at our fees here that we pay to CHASA to broadcast these state games, but we are happy to bring them to you. This one is flared down the line. That's going to twist foul, and that will fall into the little Bermuda triangle there between right, first, and second. And so Lovett will stay at the plate.
The distance between the fence and the foul line here at the sports park, it's pretty long. There's a lot of room to make the play, whereas in Erie, it's maybe half the distance.
Delivery into Lovett, upstairs, taking 4 ball.
So there's foul balls that you'll see here. Not playable at a lot of fields, but playable here.
And swing at that one. Nope, should have pulled back was Lovett. And that one is foul.
Lovett battling.
By the way, our former student, or forever Tiger, if you will, Caleb Humble showed up. I'll have to tell you a great story that he told us before this game, as that one is strike 3. We'll have to do that here between batters, as now Osborne will come to the plate. Caleb Humble, as you might know, is playing golf out in Irvine for Irvine Community College. He was saying, hey, I played in a city championship event out in California. I saw a name on the list as that one is flared. And that's 3 outs. We'll finish the story when we come back. It's a good one, but the Tigers lead it 7-3. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th.
Do you have a plan in place for your family's future in the event something happens to you? Are you caring for aging parents, grandparents, or a loved one with special needs? The Germany law firm named 2017 Erie's Chamber Business of the Year provides expert legal guidance and peace of mind for you and your family in the areas of probate, elder law, and estate planning. Visit Germany Law Firm's Erie Village office or website at coelderlaw.net to set up a personalized consultation.
And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Before the break, we were talking about Caleb Humble, an Erie Tiger Network alumni and a Erie Golf alumni playing community college golf out in, or junior college golf out in California. He was playing a city championship that's open to anyone in the city. He said, I saw a name on the tee sheets earlier in the week. I thought, oh, that's a interesting name. Well, him and that player shot the same score and they were paired together. He didn't think it would be the real player, and it was. Nolan Arenado was paired with Caleb Humble. Here's the best part, though. Caleb Humble beat Nolan Arenado by 1 stroke. And so how about that? He will forever have bragging rights, at least on the golf course, over Nolan Arenado. That's a good story. I had to work that in at some point today. That one made me excited to hear. I can't even imagine how Caleb felt playing 18 holes with the great Nolan Arenado.
He said he was on the green.
That one is ripped to left. It's going to drop. Lovett cuts it off, and a good defensive play by Lovett to keep that one to a single.
He said he was on the green putting the day before and saw him and turned around and thought, oh, that's the real Nolan Arenado. Hey, Rockies, when's Caleb's $100 million contract coming?
Yes. Now Abram coming to the plate here for Pueblo South. And Loveland starting to get hit a little bit here on the second time through the lineup. And she'll put that one just outside for a ball. So the leadoff batter aboard for the first time this game for Pueblo South here in the top of the 5th. And man, those 3 runs now that came after that Vaughn little bloop looming large now. It'd be a one-run game if that ball did not fall. Instead, Tigers still breathing a little bit easy for now. Ahead 4 runs, but one more clean inning and another big inning offensively would sure, I think, help these Tiger fans relax. But nothing easy in the state tournament, ever, it seems like.
If it was easy, it wouldn't be the state tournament.
That's right. Delivery in there for a strike. Loveland peeks in, delivers. That one in the dirt, and so Abram will take a walk, and now 2 aboard here in the 5th. And that'll bring Dover Spike, and I think they're gonna have a chat, saying, hey, you're at the very bottom of the lineup. Just throw strikes here. Trust your defense. They've been solid all game. The Tigers, really, this is their first nervy moment, I think. You had the 2 home runs last inning, but you were up by so much. And now all of a sudden, the tying run is on deck with no outs. So I think if you're Erie, this is the first test today. But the best teams that win the state championships, pass these tests. Loveland looking in. Wheels, fires, and that one gets by Sackett, and the runners will move up. And Kat Sackett, maybe one of the best defensive catchers in the state, just got crossed up a little there. The area around the batter's box, I think, way more pitted than usual. I know they raked it before the game, but pretty soft dirt in there, and ball can kind of carry them any direction. Now,
that one caromed up and behind her.
Loveland delivers this one, hit sharply into the outfield. That's going to be a single. 1 run will score. Up quickly, the throw in. They'll cut off, and oh, no one covering first, obviously, with Lauren Russell coming in to take the cut. The reason I went oh is because, or excuse me, Kaylee Armstrong.
So runners on the corners for the Colts.
So now Marissa Keck, she is 0 for 2, has grounded to short, has popped out to third. The leadoff hitter will come to the plate, and she represents the tying run with nobody out. And suddenly this got a little nervy. So here we go, we're ready. Armstrong looking in, Tiger defense crowding in a little bit as there's a strike in at the knees. I think Tiger defense wants to keep this 3-run game. They're kind of playing with the infield in a little bit. They also have a contact hitter in Keck at the plate. She's already grounded out to short as there's a pitch outside that was snared by Sackett. She came up ready to fire as Armstrong had to scurry into first. Sneaking back was Dover Spike.
The outfield is playing in as well for Erie, a little past the edge of the baseball dirt.
And that one is taken for a ball.
Low for a ball, a 2-1 count.
Barnett is warming up. Little check swing that caroms off the leg of Williams down at third, and everybody's safe.
The runner at third stayed put So the bases are loaded.
So the tying run now at first, the go-ahead run coming to the plate in Pagels, and the player that got the scoring started, Archuleta, with the home run, is on deck for Pueblo South. And this is a time to come together for the Tigers. They're in the circle. Tigers playing two very close, very mentally grinding games against Ponderosa and regionals, and can that help, can that experience help them here today?
This is the 3 seed in Pueblo South that we're seeing right now.
Pagels has struck out and grounded to third. Pitch in the dirt, great block by Sackett. That'll keep the runners right where they're at.
And now the question for Erie is if, regardless of whether or not Pagels gets on, does Barnett come in for Archuleta?
And that one is fouled back.
Onto the field to our right.
You can feel the tension here. It is picked up. It was kind of vanilla here, even after the 2 home runs by Pueblo South. They didn't even cheer that hard, but all of a sudden the crowd for Pueblo South back into this game. Bases full of Colts, delivery high. And Loveland trying to battle through some nerves right now.
It helps to have a 6-foot catcher with a pitch up in the zone.
Remember why you're here. That's been the motto for this Tiger softball team. Now just relax. You've done this 1,000 times. I know Mr. Carpenter this morning when he addressed the team before the Parade of Champions or the Walk of Champions, this one hit right back up the middle. Loveland knocks it down to the plate, and it is dropped by Sackett. And a run scores. It was delivered right in the chest, and I think Sackett was trying to transition from glove to hand before she fully had it in the glove. Erie fans saying it should be an out on the transition, but I don't think Kat fully had it.
I don't think she did either. Like you were saying, she was starting to transition early, and with the catcher's mitt, it's harder to catch just a regular throw.
Oh boy, and now you have Archuleta, who already hit a home run in this game. And Coach Smith is gonna call time, and we might see Barnett come in, and we will. So we'll take a quick timeout. It's tense here, 5-7, Tigers lead it, top of the 5th, bottom of the 5th.
To where your friends are. Go to where the action's at. Go find your sense of adventure. Go Airheads, Airsoft Field and Store located in Erie, Colorado. Go Airheads and go Tigers.
And welcome back in a very testy moment here for the Tigers. It's Barnett now the pitcher. A 2-run lead after the error. And all of a sudden, we've got ourselves a heck of a game. It just felt like Erie has been in control the whole time. It even felt like those 2 home runs last inning didn't really matter. And then all of a sudden, the Colts have been creaming the ball. They've been patient, taking walks. Tiger defense has been clean all game. A couple errors in the inning, and in the blink of an eye, it's a 2-run ball game. And it's Bella Archuleta, maybe the best hitter on this Colts roster, at the plate. So the heart of the order up for the Colts. You have 3 straight batters that have 4 or more home runs this season in Pueblo South. This one hit sharply right up the middle, past Barnett, into center. 1 run will score, 2 runs will score for the Colts, and it is a tie game.
The infield was playing so far in that Vaughn and Hernandez didn't have a chance to get to that one. Vaughn maybe had been playing at a normal depth. She might have had a chance, but that first pitch smoked back up the middle
And now
for a
Abby
two-run
Lucas
single.
with a go-ahead run down at third. Now, we have seen some crazy games here at State already. The game before us went into the 9th inning, and it was a walk-off won by Golden over Evergreen, a team that, or a matchup that was split during the regular season. And right now we're seeing two teams completely clad in black going toe-to-toe here. And we're all tied up at 7. So we got a new ball game, 0-0. Barnett delivers. That one is blocked by Sackett. And that was a heck of a block. A little toe save like Patrick Waugh back there was Kat Sackett.
Sliding to her left.
By the way, still nobody out here for Pueblo South. Tigers need Barnett to be sharp here. She'll deliver this one chopped to short. Vaughn will throw to first, puts it in the dirt. That one gets by Armstrong down at first. A run will score. Coming around third, 2 runs will score. 2-3 is Lucas, and still nobody out, and it's a 9-7 lead for Pueblo South.
It seems as if Erie has unraveled. The defense, in this inning especially,
they have come apart at the seams, the Tigers have, and still nobody out. And now Haley Herrera, who in her last at-bat teased going into the parking lot, as she absolutely unloaded on one, and she will chop this one foul. Golden, Roosevelt, Wheat Ridge, Silver Creek, Holy Family, and Pueblo Central have moved on so far. It's just Erie and the Meade-Yevlin game that we're waiting on here in this first round. And right now, the Colts in control. They're the home team, so they get the last at-bat. So 2 at-bats for the Tigers with a chance to try and come back. They will have the heart of their order come to the plate, though, in the top of the 6th, as this one is rocketed and gone. A 2-run moonshot, second of the game for Herrera. And it is a 4-run lead for the 3-seed Pueblo South.
said earlier, this is the 3-seed in Pueblo South. They didn't show it in the first 4 innings, but in the bottom of the 5th. 8 runs.
And that one is in there for a strike. This one tapped, and covering first is Hernandez, and that is the first out of the inning.
And that's a big out for this Erie defense. This half inning has been a long one.
And the gal that started it all for Pueblo South in the inning was Juliana Rendon. She singled, and she is up to bat again here in the 5th. So Colts have batted all the way through the lineup. And a swing and a miss there for Rendon. She is struck out looking and then singled in the 5th. And man, Megan Loveland, she was perfect through 3 2/3 of an inning. That's when she gave up 2 homers, and all of a sudden this inning, the Tigers have just kind of collapsed a little. The good news is they're not done yet. You got a pitcher in Pueblo South who will not be pulled. The Tigers have already seen her 3 times. And you're going back to Kat Sackett to lead things off, and there's another single.
The key for Erie in the top of the 6th and 7th will be to stay patient. We've seen them at times this year get a little impatient. That has not helped. The more patient they are, the better they've hit.
By the way, Tiger fans, the plan is to broadcast the Roosevelt football game. Of course, with the delays in this one, we may have a hard time getting the start of that one on the air on time tonight. We will try our absolute best. As, well, Megan Loveland going to come back in. We'll take a quick break, catch our breath. Tigers trail at 11-7 here in the 5th.
Go to where your friends are. Go to where the action's at. Go find your sense of adventure. Go Airheads, Airsoft Field and Store located in Erie, Colorado.
Yeah, sorry about that. Missed a couple pitches as Loveland came in and said, no, I don't need any warm-up. Let's just go. Tapper past two divers in the hole between short and third. And Lovett comes on to scoop it up, but a infield bleeder of a single.
That one probably would have been a single, even if it had been fielded cleanly by either Williams or Vaughn.
Now Dover Spike, who singled in a run in this inning, back to the plate. Tigers still only have one out here against Pueblo South. And this one skied into no man's land. Going back on it is Vaughn, and she will make the catch. Good play by Vaughn. And now Marissa Keck, the leadoff hitter, will come to the plate for the 4th time today. She is 0 for 3. She reached on an error her last time up, has grounded to short, and is struck out. By the way, some Pueblo South Colt fans watching the stream, so thank you for watching. Always appreciate the visitors tuning into our stream as well. This one chopped is short over the head of Vaughn. That took a huge bounce. Lovett will cut it off quickly. And the base is loaded as you get the dangerous part of the lineup up here, as Pagels will come to the plate. Now Pagels has also struggled today as she's looking for her first hit. She is 0 for 3. She reached on an error by Sackett. She grounded out to third, and she is struck out.
That error by Sackett, a costly one. Added a run to the board. At least one for Pueblo South. Ostensibly, you could have had a double play if she'd held it in her glove for a second longer. And the inning would be over right now if she'd made that catch.
And a swing and a miss.
And if you're Loveland here, you want to get Pagels out and to be done with the inning. You don't want to face the heart of the order with the bases loaded.
By the way, Grayson using an SAT word there, ostensibly. That one is flared. It's going to fall. 1 run will score. Here comes a play at the plate. Throws offline. 2-run scored. It is 13-7. Play down to third, and they get the out. And that will finally end the inning.
A 10-run inning for Pueblo South.
We'll head to the 6th. Tigers, they need to bite a chunk back out here on the Erie Tiger Network.
For the card-carrying fan, get your CU Visa debit card so you can take the game with you. Free with First National Bank's free checking.
And welcome back in Erie Tiger Network. And right now, time is a flat circle for the Erie Tigers as they have collapsed here. They let a lead slip through their fingers against Wheat Ridge last weekend. and have led a 7-0 lead, turn into a 6-run deficit here. The good news is the Tigers have already scored 7 runs in 2 innings in this game. Or no, I beg your pardon, it was 4 innings, but they've scored 7 runs. They can do it again.
They could use 7 runs in this inning.
And now Sackett will come to the plate. And they have pitched to her today, and that one will hit her. So an off-speed pitch that got too far inside, and well, the leadoff runner's aboard here for the Tigers. Man, the Tigers, it just felt like they were the much better team through 4 innings, and then the 5th inning came around. They went quickly for the first time this game, and then, oh boy, the bottom half of the inning, the wheels just completely fell off. If you're joining us, it was 7-3. The Tigers gave up a 10 spot in the 5th inning. Reminiscent of the Cardinals-Braves game we saw in Game 7, a 10 spot undid the Braves season. Is there's one on to first, oh, and dropping it at first was Pueblo South, and so Jen Williams safe on the fielder's choice. And you never know when a little tiny, seemingly insignificant error like that will come back to bite you. And actually, Alex Belton down there at first, she's in some pain, as I think that one handcuffed her as she tried to scoop, and it just hit her wrist. She's shaking off her hand pretty good there.
A little bit of a short hop on the throw from the shortstop. She had her glove in the dirt to dig it out, and it jumped up a bit more than she had anticipated.
So Lauren Russell, who has singled to center, walked and struck out looking, coming to the plate. And Tigers, they need to, at worst, I think here, you do not want to need to score 6 runs to extend a game in an inning. You'd like to see them bite just 3 off, 2 or 3, get some confidence. You have to shut them down quickly. Those 2 things happen. You see teams come back all the time in the state tournament in the last inning, but 6-run gap, that's quite a large ask for the Tiger offense, as good as they are. Pitch to Russell. This one is dribbled foul. We started this game at about 1:08, so closing in on 2 hours. Got delayed basically 3 different ways, and this one gets to the backstop. And I think that may have nicked Russell on the way, and so 2 batters hit here. 1 out, 2 on for Maddie Vaughn, and if there's a player who wants to kind of make amends on offense today, it's Vaughn. She's grounded to a double play. She struck out. She reached on an error, maybe a hit. I don't know what the score would call that. That one would score the 2 runs, and at the time you felt, oh man, Erie is going to walk away with this one. And then all of a sudden, the dam broke for Pueblo South.
The best way Vaughn can make amends is by being patient. You don't want to see her jumping overly at any of these pitches.
There's a pitch right down Broadway for strike 1. Two on for the Tigers, 1 out, 13-7 game. Pitch into Vaughn, and that one is outside for a ball. Maddie Vaughn, a big part of this team now for a couple years. Transferred over as a sophomore and made an immediate impact. And she will rocket this one deep to left, but they were playing her deep. And that was an interesting play by the left fielder. She caught it. It almost looked like she bobbled it. She tripped into the fence. And for a second there, I thought she lost it over the fence, but it is out number 2 on a rocket.
And a robbed home run.
At least a ball that was going to the wall. Now Paige Gilbert will come to the plate with 2 outs. Tigers need this, swing and a miss.
The drop ball again. Gilbert swung right over the top of that.
Abram has gotten stronger as this game has gone along. Pitch is fouled straight up and out of play, and the Tigers needed that one to go out desperately.
Paige Gilbert now behind in the 0-2 hole.
Gilbert has been on base all 3 times, reached on an error, and then 2 singles. Pitch to Gilbert, rockets this one to center. That's gonna get underneath the glove of the center fielder. That's gonna go all the way to the wall. That means 2 runs will score here, as it's Russell that will come in, and a big RBI, 2 RBI double for Paige Gilbert. And she's been huge the last couple weeks for the Tigers.
She has. She had that game-tying home run against Wheat Ridge. And now this one. You said Erie needed 2-3 runs. This puts them within reasonable striking distance. And you're now guaranteed to see at least Emma Osborne.
Absolutely. Hernandez takes one in the dirt. So it's some 2-out magic there for the Tigers. That ball carried a lot further than I thought it was going to, and center fielder dove and it snuck under her glove.
Similar to the walk-off in the Ponderosa game.
This one is flared to right, and almost popping out of the glove, but able to hold on as a right fielder. 2 runs plate. Tigers get a little bit back. They're down 4. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th here on the ETN.
Have a plan in place for your family's future in the event something happens to you. Are you caring for aging parents, grandparents, or a loved one with special needs? The Germany law firm named 2017 Erie's Chamber Business of the Year provides expert legal guidance and peace of mind for you and your family in the areas of probate, elder law, and estate planning. Visit Germany Law Firm's Erie Village office or website at coelderlaw.net to set up a personalized consultation.
Welcome back in. Erie Tiger Network, bottom of the 6th. It's a 4-run game, and more importantly, I think, than even scoring those runs for the Tigers, I think not only do you need a clean inning, you need a 1-2-3 inning.
That's almost definitely as, if not more important. After a 10 spot in the bottom of the 5th, let's see one of the first 3 innings for Erie from Megan Loveland. 3 2/3 clean before, like we've said, the 3 runs on 2 home runs in the bottom of the 4th. And then
it'll be Bella Archuleta, by the way, to start things off. So you've got 3, 4, 5 that have absolutely been belting the ball here too the last couple innings. So tough task, tall order for the Tigers. You got to score 4 more, and you got to keep Pueblo South off the board just to extend this game. But first, you got to keep Pueblo South off the board as Loveland stares in, delivers, and an off-speed pitch that really got Archuleta swinging early.
And some of these players, the 3-4 hitters, both struck out in their first plate appearances against Loveland. The 5th hitter softly lined one to third.
This one, a grounder to third, picked up, fired across, a good stretch and an out. Armstrong with a nice stretch, Osborne with the good play, and he got one of them. And I said Osborne, I meant Williams. You know, it's just gonna be that way. Good grief. Abby Lucas, the batter. She is 1 for 3 today. Reached on air her last inning, but has struck out and singled. Loveland pitches her inside. That one's taken for a ball. Great pitch there from Loveland. Dusts up the corner. As Lucas can afford to be patient here. She'll take that one. We'll say that just dipped out of the strike zone last second, so 3-1. Good pitch from Loveland, though. Can't believe Lucas stayed off that one. That one's fouled high and back and out of play. And every time a foul ball goes that high behind us, look out.
That one into the stands for people watching another game. Not sure if there is still a game going on at that field, but into those bleachers.
Loveland delivers this one absolutely ripped between the hole, in the hole between short and third, and so a single with 1 out here for the Colts. And that will bring who has been the most dangerous hitter in this game, Haley Herrera. 2 two-run home runs.
The catcher for Pueblo South.
Loveland low at the knees, just underneath for a ball. That one in the dirt, blocked by Cat.
You don't see shifts often, if ever, in softball, unlike baseball. But if the Tigers had practiced shifting before, I would almost shift to the left here, your infield.
There's an off-speed pitch right over the heart of the plate.
I don't think, this is just off my memory, that a single ground ball has been hit to second or first base today.
And Tiger fans didn't like that one, as that was called just off the plate. Now Herrera in a dangerous hitter's count. Loveland staring in. Boy, you'd love a double play right here, wouldn't you? And a walk instead. Now Belton will come to the plate. 0 for 3 is Alex Belton. She's flown out to left, flown out to third, and is grounded to first. There was your grounder to first or second. That is the only one in the scorebook on a grounder to the right side of the infield today. And she will turn and rip, but foul.
That one easily had the distance, but it went out of play as it was hitting the outfield grass.
Of course, always sometimes hard to tell fair or foul beyond the fence here. And you might remember how hard it is to tell. Just a couple years ago, Maddie Foster ripped one that I think everyone, even the Valor fans, thought was fair. One person that it mattered did not. And there is a strike. And so now 2 strikes to Belton. There is no foul pole on the fence. The foul pole is part of the actual facility.
And that's 325 feet away.
This one knobbed off the end of the bat, foul. So still 2 strikes here on Belton. When you look at this game, as Belton, the 6-hole hitter, I think is really the 7, 8, 9 hitters for Pueblo South that turned this game around. This one skied straight back, and I just can't quite reach out and make the catch. I was sitting down, I tried to reach out. It was more importantly, we were protecting the equipment. That's at least the excuse I'll use.
The count's still 0-2.
And Grayson, you're on your feet. I don't know where you were. That's I think the bigger question here.
I lost the ball in the sun.
This one is pulled foul. That was awfully close. Just kept kind of curving to the left. Eventually drifted foul. Tell you what, in my 6 years of calling softball games, I have yet to catch a foul ball. Not too many go high enough to get over the backstop without going far enough over our head.
That one was close to being catchable.
That was catchable if I would have stopped being so lazy. Another foul ball. And a good at bat here by Belton, just really fighting it out here. Still 0-2. She has fouled off about 4 or 5 pitches. And a swing and a miss and a strikeout there. Much needed for the Tigers. So 2-on, 2 out here as Juliana Rendon. And Rendon was, it was Herrera that basically got the scoring started. But Rendon started the 5th with a single out of the 7-hole. And that's what began the huge inning for Pueblo South. In fact, Rendon had 2 singles in the 5th. So batting here in the 6th. Tigers need to keep this a 4-1 game. That is plain and simple. Cannot afford to give up another single. Loveland delivers. This is a tapper down the third base line. Picked up by Williams to Armstrong. There's the out. And much needed. The Tigers get out of the inning without surrendering a run. They'll need 4. We'll head to the top of the 7th. Last chance for Erie here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Are you looking to buy or sell a new home? Jen McGurk, an experienced real estate agent serving Erie, Vista Ridge, and the surrounding Denver area. For years, Jen has assisted all types of buyers and sellers with their real estate needs. Give Jen a call today at 303-949-3331 or check out Jen Realty online at jenrealty.com.
Top of the 7th. Welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Fans, we would love your support on Patreon. Head to patreon.com/Erie Tiger Network. You can support us for as little as $1 a month or be an in-game read sponsor for $25. And speaking of which, this game is brought to you by Miners. For the best place for post-game, check out Miners on Briggs Street. So special thanks to Lee at Miners, that always a huge supporter of the ETN. A lot of sponsors here and always so supportive of Erie Athletics. And you've been seeing their commercials all game, and we appreciate them for sure. So, last chance for the Tigers to at least try and extend this game. And they'll have some good hitters coming up. Armstrong, who has been real strong here down the stretch. He's already singled twice today. Lovett, who's gotten a little bit unlucky, but has been solid today coming to the plate. And then you have the top of the order.
And if you're Coach Smith, we've seen her do it before the season. We might see Lovett is in the on-deck circle now. We've seen her be in the on-deck circle and then get pinch hit for. I would not be surprised if that's the case. Lovett, a ground ball hitter, very fast.
By the way, D'Evelyn has beaten Meade, so that would be the next opponent for the winner of this game. And this is the last game to finish here in the first round of the 4A state championship bracket. Armstrong will cue this one foul down the first baseline. Tigers have hit through the lineup 4 times. They've stranded a few runners. Man, this doesn't feel like a game that they're trailing 4 runs. It's one big crooked inning that is the difference. A 10-run fifth for the Colts. Now 1-2 the count. By the way, it was a 16-1 score in that D'Evelyn Meade game. As that pitch is taken outside for a ball. Colt fans thought Armstrong was going to go, and she was able to hold up. Really like to get the leadoff runner aboard in this situation for the Tigers. Pitch is rocketed to center. Gone over the head of the center fielder. And there's one small bite. And a home run by Kaylee Armstrong. Says, this season ain't going down on my watch. Her 3rd hit of the game. Home run for Armstrong.
I thought, and you'll just have to take my word for it because I did not want to say it, that she is about to unload a pitch to dead center. And that's exactly what she did.
Now Lovett will come to the plate. Well, that also guarantees that Kat Sackett will come to the plate, and they've pitched to her today. We'll see what happens, though, in a tight situation. So Lovett will step in. 0 for 2 today with a sac bunt as well. And she'll foul off that first pitch, and corners charging hard. Lovett, great speed, good bat control.
If she could push it past the 3rd baseman, charging in towards the pitcher, that's the ideal spot.
She could have the old elusive infield double with her speed. Let's pitch in. She will lay this bunt down right back to the pitcher. Close play. She dives but is out. 1-4 officially on the putout. And that will bring Osborne back to the plate. So 1 out. Tigers have gotten 1 back. As Emma Osborne, she singled in the first, struck out in the second, walked in the 4th, and flew out or popped out to 3rd. She cues that one past the 3rd baseman. So a single here for Osborne, and suddenly for the Tigers, the tying run is on deck. And you have maybe the most dangerous hitter in the state coming to the plate in Kat Sackett. She has reached base all 4 times today. She reached on an error in the first, 2 singles in the second and the 4th, and then was hit by a pitch in her last at-bat. Hold your breath, Tiger fans. I know Grayson is pacing nervously like a cat as that one is hit up the middle past a diving shortstop. And another single. And the tying run for the Tigers will come to the plate in Jen Williams.
The old butcher boy from Sackett feigned a bunt, didn't really bring the 3rd baseman in, but it brought the shortstop in about a step, and that's exactly what she needed. as it snuck past her into center field.
All right, so Williams, who has singled twice. She's 2 for 3 as that one is flared foul. She is sack bunted, and then she was out on a fielder's choice in the 6th. But one away. Tying run at the plate here for Erie. Abram, the freshman, trying to stay poised, the youngster. And time is called smartly by Williams as Abram was taking her time. The way you combat that is call time yourself. Say, if you're trying to get me out of my rhythm, I will get you out of yours. Now the delivery, and ooh, that one is cue balled foul. A little bit of a defensive swing that time from Jen. And Coach Smith saying swing away and swing with some confidence here, Jen. Pitch outside. The catcher was set up outside. The Colts wanted it because it hit the exact spot the catcher wanted it, but she was set up a mile wide.
And Osborne on second base pointed to the right to let her know she was outside.
This one is flared down to right field. That will fall in for a single. Osborne will come around third, bobbled by the right fielder. Into second, ball gets away. Another run will score into third, and it's a one-run game.
A single and some errors, and now Lauren Russell is up. The go-ahead run is at the plate for Erie.
So the tying run is at third with one out. The go-ahead run is at the plate. And what a wild one this has been today, 13-12.
That one was mishandled in right field. Coach Smith saw it better than I did because she was sending Osborne the whole way. The throw came into second. It went wide, and Sackett and Osborne both score.
So Lauren Russell, she is singled, walked, struck out looking, hit by a pitch, and this one hit straight up in the air to third. And now the Tigers suddenly down to their last out. And it is a batter that has had some unusual at-bats today. Maddie Vaughn, the senior, a chance to extend the season, a chance to end the season, or even a chance to give the Tigers a lead. And time is called as they want to talk to Abram. You don't get more dramatic than this in the first round of the playoffs, and what a game it has been so far as the Colts, they dug out of a 7-run lead, down 7-0, and the Tigers trying to climb out of a 6-run hole as they trailed 13-7 at one point. And man, a roller coaster game. You can. And a swing and a miss as Vaughn went fishing down below. And now the Tigers are down to their last strike. The senior, Maddie Vaughn, will dig in from the left side. And she will sky one to deep center, to the wall. It is gone! Vaughn with a 2-run bomb, and the Tigers take the lead here in the top of the 7th. Oh my gosh!
The way the center fielder played it, you couldn't tell if it was going to go over or not. She was looking up at the fence, had her glove in the air. That's what got me. And Erie has a 1-run lead. Now, if you're Paige Gilbert, you want to pad the lead because we've seen what Pueblo South has done in an inning.
What a wild last 2 weekends for this softball team. And if you remember last weekend, the Tigers had a lead late in the game, and Wheat Ridge came back and walked it off against them. Tigers down in this game. They take the lead. Now you got to pat it and hold on. Holy cow. I can't believe what I just saw. The senior Matty Vaughn said, the season will not end on my account. And now the sophomore Paige Gilbert will step in. This one is hit well, but just got underneath it was Paige. She went oppo for her home run last week. Not enough on that one as she will fly out to right. But the Tigers, they come all the way back from 6 down. They take a 1-run lead. We'll head to the bottom.
To where you're
Front Range Landfill puts all your needs in front of everything else. Front Range Landfill won Erie Chamber of Commerce Business of the Year Award, as well as being featured on national television. We are very proud of our facility, and we welcome the opportunity to address your disposal needs. Our focus is on customer service. We strive to achieve easy and rapid access in and out of the facility. We feel certain that we will exceed your expectations of your solid waste disposal requirements. Choose Front Range Landfill for all your landfill needs. You will be pleased.
And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Bottom of the 7th. You can't make this stuff up, folks. A 7-run lead for Erie, squandered. A 6-run lead for Pueblo South, squandered. And it all comes down to the bottom of the 7th inning. And it will be Megan Loveland to pitch here for the Tigers. And we've already said that it's hard to believe, honestly, this game so far. The last thing I want to see is a tie game in an extra inning. That's all I'll say. This game has already been too much to handle. And by the way, it's already 3:30. What that means is the Roosevelt football game tonight is definitely in jeopardy, at least the first half. So we will let you know on our social media. Follow us on Erie Tiger Media on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And we'll give you updates as to kind of what the plan of action is. We mentioned 3 delays this game. We had a frost delay in the morning to push every game back. We had the delay, the de facto delay by the game prior to this on this field going into the 9th inning. And then you had an umpire delay as the umpires were on a different field and we were waiting for them. And so you didn't get started till 1:08 as that one is hit to short. Vaughn on to first. Good catch down there and 1 away here for the Colts. That was Abram. And a 6-3 on the putout. And now Dover Spike will come to the plate. But this game started at 1:08. It was slated for a 12:15 start time, so almost an hour later than the original start time. Now we're at 3:23 as this has been a marathon.
The game that was supposed to come after this was scheduled to start at 2:30. With the entire complex here watching, the 2 teams that have already completed their games will be on this field next, so none of the next games will start on time. In fact, they'll all start over an hour late.
Loveland delivers a swing and a miss there. Dover Spike. She had a single back in her 2 at-bats in the 5th. She's 1 for 3 today. And then you got to deal with the top of the order if you are able to get Dover Spike out. Pitch, swung on a miss for a strikeout. And the Pueblo Colts are now down to their last out. Pueblo South Colts, rather.
Megan Loveland had a strikeout in the past inning. In the 4th and 5th innings, where South had all their runs, no strikeouts for Loveland.
So Marissa Keck, the leadoff batter who singled in her last at-bat, she's 1 for 4 today. Trying to extend the Colts season. We'll take a look at a ball. And right now for Pueblo South, you are definitely in take till you get a strike mode. Well, we have an instant classic on our hands regardless of what happens the rest of the way. As this one is flared, and it's going to be dropped out at second by Hernandez. She thought she had it in her glove. And this is the game that won't quit. And now what's dangerous is the 2-hole is up for the Colts. Pagel singled in her last at-bat. She's 1 for 4 today. You don't want to get to Archuleta. You definitely don't want to get to Lucas and Herrera. So the tying run at first for the Colts. The winning run at the plate and a swing and a miss. You said take till you get a strike. Colts not employing that idea there, and an off-speed pitch on the outside, not what you want to swing at if you are a Colt fan.
Loveland gives them some of their own medicine. That's the pitch Abrams been throwing all day.
And this one hit sharply off the hand there at third of Jen Williams, and the game rolls on. That was a single, though. That would have been a fantastic play. And now Bella Archuleta. So now the tying run is in scoring position with 2 outs for sure. The go-ahead winning run for Pueblo South is on first. This game is not for the faint of heart, folks. Cardiologists will be busy in Erie the rest of the afternoon, I think.
We might have to bring one up to Roosevelt.
Oh, man. So Bella Archuleta struck out, homered, singled, and grounded to third in her 4 at-bats today. 3 runs batted in, 3 of 13 for, and she was the one to break up the perfect game. Pitch framed up nicely on the corner there by Kat Sackett. There's only been a couple times where I've called a game where I am so nervous I have a hard time even talking, and this is one of those times. This one fouled out of play, and now 0-2 here to Bella Archuleta. Now Pueblo down to their last strike. What can Archuleta do? And umpire did not want to punch the Colts season out on that pitch, but that was right on the edge.
And right at the knees.
Could have gone either way. Great pitch by Loveland. See if she can do it again. This one hit up the middle. Into center. Here comes a play at the plate. And offline, and the tying run scores. 14-14. You had the ball in the glove of Hernandez. You had a pitch that might have painted the corner. Neither go Erie's way, and all of a sudden we're tied. And now Abby Lucas will come to the plate. She has struck out, singled, reached on an error, and singled. The runner at third represents the winning run for Pueblo South. And after battling back for Erie, not the way you want to go out, so you want to see extras. I told you I didn't want to handle extras, but now you hope for it. That pitch in at the knees for a strike to Lucas, and Loveland's been locating excellently here in this inning. Just a little bit unlucky. Unearned run, given up. That tied it up, and now the winning run at third. Loveland fires that one in there for a strike, and once again, Pueblo South down to their last strike here in the inning. Swing and a miss. We're going to extras. This is the game that will never end. We'll go to the 8th here on the ETN.
At. Go find your sense of adventure. Go Airheads, Airsoft Field and Store located in Erie, Colorado. Go Airheads and go Tigers.
Front Range Landfill puts all your needs in front of everything else. Front Range Landfill won Erie Chamber of Commerce Business of the Year Award, as well as being featured on national television. We are very proud of our facility and we welcome the opportunity to address your disposal needs. Our focus is on customer service. We strive to achieve easy and rapid access in and out of the facility. We feel certain that we will exceed your expectations of your solid waste disposal requirements. Choose Front Range Landfill for all your landfill needs. You will be pleased.
And welcome back in. This is the game that never ends. Yes, it goes on and on, my friend. And here we are in the top of the 8th. Tigers will pinch hit here for Hernandez. And man, just what a wild ride it has been, as Haley Frazier will bat here for the Tigers. And she will check at the first pitch strike. First time we have seen Haley today, a .442 hitter with 1 bomb on the season.
That one way upstairs to Frazier. The whole stadium, the whole complex is watching this one. Everyone that's at 4A is here.
Yeah, this is the only softball that's going on because, as you said, the next game is scheduled on this field, and that one's between, I believe, well, there's 4 games that are going to happen, so I'm not sure why there aren't other games on other fields. Maybe Grayson's just making stuff up. There should be games going on 2 fields right now, but we're waiting for 1 game here, and then, of course, so half the games are being halted because of this. Right now impacting 5 teams. Is that one in the dirt? And so a leadoff walk for Frazier. Just giving you a hard time there, Grayson.
With other games, I am looking around. It appears that we might have other games going now.
Now a pinch runner for Frazier. Hernandez is going to check back into the game.
Check back in for herself.
Yes. That means that I believe that Haley Frazier cannot re-enter the game.
Unless she's Erie's designated player, but I don't know if that is Loveland or not. Softball has very different rules from baseball with leaving and re-entering. In baseball, at least at the college and professional levels, you cannot re-enter.
You can definitely re-enter still in high school, just don't usually see that from the pitcher's mound like you would here. A bunt that stays fair, and that will move the runner over. So Armstrong with the sack bunt, and that one just got buried in the dirt in front of the plate. We kind of mentioned that it was pitted there. And so now Osborne will come to the plate. Well, now you've got, or excuse me, Lovett still coming to the plate. I said Osborne because we have now, our scorebook has flipped over in a way. We've been keeping this digitally that it's taking up more than a page of information. So Lovett up, Osborne on deck, 1 out here for the Tigers. Lovett looking for her first hit today. She's had some solid long at-bats. Just hasn't been able to find a hit. And she absolutely smoked one that she lined into a double play back in the 3rd. And this one off the foot of the first baseman. And so she will not get credited with a hit, but she will reach base. And now with 2 on and 1 out, Abram and the Colts are going to have to deal with Osborne and Sackett. And here's the thing. Either give up a run or you have to face Sackett with the bases loaded.
Potentially.
Potentially. Of course, there could be a pop-up. This one queued up the middle, and that will score a run from first to third. Goes to Lovett with a great speed. Into second goes Osborne.
Heady base running there by both of them as Erie takes back the lead.
15-14. If you're just joining us, 2 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion for Erie and a couple touchdowns for the Colts.
That isn't the exact way the football game went, though.
As they are going to intentionally walk Kat Sackett to load the bases for Jen Williams.
Sackett intentionally walked for the first time today.
Well, this is why you put the senior Jen Williams behind Sackett for moments like this to protect her. The 393 hitter. She's got 7 doubles and a triple, 8 extra base hits on the year. She's got 33 hits in her 84 at-bats. And she will rip that one to right. 2 should score here. The right fielder bobbles it. And 2 do score, and the Tigers lead it by 3.
You walk Sackett so you don't have to let her hit. Then Jen Williams says, hey, I can hit too. And Erie will pad their lead for Lauren Russell. It's the murderer's row of Erie. And Pueblo South has hit the heart of it.
So Russell to the plate. She's singled, walked, struck out as that one is skied to deep left. Tagging up at third is Sackett. She'll come to the plate, and that she will score. So a sac fly RBI for Lauren Russell makes it a 4-run game.
Williams also advanced to second. You almost never see a runner go from first to second on a sac fly, but because of where the throw came in, Williams read it out of her hand that it was coming into the pitcher circle for the cut, and she took off for second and safe.
And now Vaughn, the hero, the savior of this game. Down to their last strike was Erie, and Vaughn hit a 2-run homer to give the Tigers the lead in the top of the 7th. Colt fans looking a little dejected to our left, but I got to tell you, folks, it's not over. We've already seen today that it's not over.
You've said this one's never going to end.
This one is ripped foul. That was Vaughn's first hit, that 2-run home run of the day, her 12th home run of the year. What a time. And Grayson, you mentioned we watched the center fielder. She was standing like she could have made the catch, and definitely not a no-doubter. So that had some serious drama throughout its entire ball flight, as that one's in the dirt. Now a 4-run lead here for the Tigers. Trying to knock off the Colts, as that one is a strike taken by Vaughn. Crooked innings have been the story today in this marathon of a game. And this one is lifted pretty well, deep center, but right at the wall is the center fielder for the catch. And that will end the inning. 4 runs plate for the Tigers. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. Tigers can close it out and move on here on the Erie Tiger Network.
You have a plan in place for your family's future in the event something happens to you. Are you caring for aging parents, grandparents, or a loved one with special needs? The Germany law firm named 2017 Erie's Chamber Business of the Year provides expert legal guidance and peace of mind for you and your family in the areas of probate, elder law, and estate planning. Visit Germany Law Firm's Erie Village office or website at coelderlaw.net to set up a personalized consultation.
Welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network, as we are here in the 8th inning. Extra softball for you here today. And well, with the way that this one has been going, Pueblo South could very well score 4 runs, but gosh darn it, let's maybe end this one in the suffering that both fan bases have endured through 2.5 hours.
It's a shootout.
Yeah, this is a Big 12 football game that has broken out here on the 4A softball diamond. As that one is taken for a ball. Erie has played in these type of games just, it seems like, so often this season, and so certainly the more experienced team in this situation. We'll see if that pays off. It's Herrera who has bested Erie for 2 bombs today, and 2 bombs that were no doubters off the bat. One that I think sent a message to her teammates, we are not out, and from then on the Colts rallied. That one pinballed right off the end. It hit her and thrown, oh, they'll call it foul.
I saw that one trickle foul, and I didn't hear the umpire say anything, and I thought, is he going to let it play? Sackett picks up, throws to first, and then the foul call comes.
Same here. Loveland delivers this one, poked back up the middle, and a great snag by Loveland. And she puts away the most dangerous hitter in the lineup today, so 1 out. Colts need 4 runs to extend the game with 2 outs. And it feels more and more like maybe the Tigers have finally put this one in their grasp. Too early to say, though.
I'm knocking on brick. And metal and anything there is to knock on.
Belton has struggled today, 0 for 4 from the plate for the Colt. And she swings through that one, and it has been off-speed pitches that have just bamboozled Alex Belton. She's flown out to left, popped up to third, grounded to first, and struck out in her 4 at-bats.
The big downside to this game going so long, Devlin's pitcher, as they won the Meade game, will have had plenty of rest. If Loveland throws again for Erie, Barnett will probably get some time, but she will be coming on a lot less rest and having thrown significantly more pitches than Devlin's pitcher did to Meade.
Loveland delivers, swing and a miss for a strikeout, and Pueblo South is down to their last out. The Tigers on the cusp, as the player that got the big inning, the 10-run inning started for Pueblo South, Juliana Rendon, will come to the plate.
It's only the first game of state softball. If every single one of them's like this,
we'll be dead. If everyone's like this, I don't think my heart could take much more of this. Ripped and it's over! Vaughn caught the liner, spikes it in celebration, and the Tigers are moving on to round number 2. 18-14, the final score in this one. Oh my goodness.
Erie softball gives us the heart attack special, but they're still alive.
That's going to do it for us in this one. We got to pack up quickly, move fields. Follow our social media because there's going to be some decisions made, because one broadcast, one way or another, is going to get impacted tonight. So stay tuned. Follow us on social media, Erie Tiger Media. We'll tweet out some updates. For McKenna and Grayson, I'm Brandon. Thanks for joining us. What a game! 18-14, final score here at Aurora Sports Complex in the first round. Tigers moving on to face D'Evelyn. Thanks for watching, and for a little bit, till next time, I'll chirp at you later.